to the Raymond Gisha Technical Center. It's a primetime game. It's the Queens are taking on the Gazelles in our primetime game. And before we get the kickoff, and before we see the kickoff of this game, we are going to run you through the point standing as it is right now. Now, after some 10 games leading into tonight, and the point standing reads.
So the points so far for the female league is EastEnders have played 3 matches with 6 points. They're in first place at this point. Followed by the Superstars, who have also played 3 games and have a total of 6 points. Shining Stars, 4 matches, 5 points. Diamond Queens in 4th place have played 2 matches. Tonight will be their 3rd match, and their current point standing is 4 points. Little Soldiers with 4 matches with a total of 3 points, and the Youngsters have played 2 matches with a total of 1 point. And the Gazelles, who's also playing tonight, have played 2 matches, so tonight will be their 3rd match with a total point of 1 point. So just a quick run through. EastEnders 1st, Superstars 2nd, Shining Stars 3rd, Diamond Queens in 4th place, Little Soldiers in 5th, and the Youngsters in 6th, and Gazelles in the 7th place.
And with a win tonight, the Diamond Queen can jump from 4th position to actually take the lead, because they will be jumping up to 7 points with a win tonight. So they will be looking to walk away with a win. The Gazelles are standing on their way, and the Gazelles do have different ideas. The Gazelles in their familiar green and white, they will be kicking from right to left, and from left to right in their black and white is the Diamond Queen. The man Victory, he is in the middle, able and assisted by AR1 Monique Carty. AR2 is the man Ajari Bryan, and the man Angie Samuel will be doing the 4th official duties. So we are waiting the lineup for the teams. But we can tell you it's Diamond Queen who will be getting us started, and the whistler's gone. Diamond Queen, ball intercepted immediately. Diamond Queen on the attack early in the piece. Diamond Queen, it's with the dangerous Boston. Boston looks the cut. Boston cuts well, loses the ball. Tia, shot and goal. Very weak one. Very first minute of play. Shot coming in there. The Gazelles are playing without the service of Rogers, who has been out from the very first game. Camille Gums pushed it forward. He served back to her, ball cleared. It's Ferguson. Ball goes into touch. That was Harley, sorry. So the starting lineup for the Queens. From the top of my head, I'm going to try to run them through as I see them on the field. It looks like Stott. Rohan indeed is in goal. Roach, Williams, Linton, Harley, Boston, Gums, Hodge, Ferguson, that's a throw to the Gazelles. Linton puts it wide for Ferguson to run on to. Ferguson picks it up. Has company. Looking to run down the right flank. She has, oh, that's a good ball to Boston. Boston is through. Boston is through. And Boston, oh, drives it wide. Boston drives it wide. But that was brilliant bit of work there by Boston. She got through and she did not give it to Ferguson because Ferguson was in an offside position. She took it on her own and, oh, just getting it wide off the upright.
Vanderpool is taking the goal kick right now.
Queens again. Queens on the attack. Queens. Ferguson when a shot goes wide. I've seen some 3 shots in 4 minutes. None of them really troubling the keeper. Tussle for the ball. Won by the Gazelles. Picked up. Tussle here. Stop. Can clear. Reba start. Puts it through for Boston. Boston for... And oh, that was a good effort there. It's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner to the Queens. Corner to the Queens. I'm going to run you through the lineup for the teams in just a bit. It's going to be a corner kick. It's going to be taken by the number 23 for Diamond Queens, being taken now, and that's Blair, Linton, Blair, oh, gets around, up there well. Blair with a shot, blocked by Vanderpool, and they can come out with it. It's playing with danger there. Reba start. Picks it up. Oh, gets around her player very nice, very neatly. Drives it wide, looking for Gums. Won't find her, but Boston will pick it up here. Boston drives it forward. Webster clears. Harley. Was looking to play that one over the top. Wasn't successful, but Boston intercepts. Boston, oh, with a good looking pass. Oh, with a drive from Boston over the top. The lineup for the Diamond Queen, read. Blair, number 23. Number 9 is Boston. That's Desiree Boston indeed. Number 16 is Camille Gums. Number 6 is Sienna Ferguson. Number 18 is Casey and Harley. Number 17 is Tia Hodge. Number 8 is Adia Linton. Number 5 is Zaria Roach. Number 1 in goal is Laurencia Ruan. And number 3 is Reba Stott, wearing the captain's armband. A tussle for the ball. Harley gets it through to the keeper. No harm done. Throw taken by Vanderpool. Hodge. Hodge looks up. Ball straight into the arms of the keeper. Fleming does well.
The lineup for Gazelles tonight is Sierra Alexander, 22. Tyzasia Carty, number 27. Deandra Fleming, number 1, who's the goalkeeper tonight. Jocelyn Hercules, number 12. Pierre Lake, number 30. Alia Richardson, number 17. Rhiannon Richardson, number 28. Rochelle Romney, number 6. And
And this one, oh my, what did you do? What did you do to Serena Boston? Oh, she could have beat her at the far post or the near post. She drove it straight into her arms. Boston, what did you just did? What did you do? Oh. What did you do, Boston? What? Opportunity going up again. It is Roach with the ball in defense. To start. Holds it up, travels, and then lands it for Gums. Camille Gums turns. There's a brilliant left foot on her. Long ball. Gums again. Gums picks it up. She holds up her head. Look for a shot. Oh, Ferguson! All she needed was to redirect that ball into the net and just could not get a boot onto it. She got it off the leg. Oh, Diamonds, opportunities are going to begin in the first 10 minutes. They could have had about 4 goals already on the things. Hercules picks it up for the Gazelles. Turns, drops it wider. Looking to make a run, but it's intercepted by Blair. Blair drives it for Roach. Roach holds it up, looks up, look for help, finds it in our captain. Start looking to change the wing. Gives it to Williams. Williams holds it up, looks up. She carries it. She finds Gums. Camille looking to turn, does so well. Looking to travel with the ball, intercepted. But Gums gets it back. And this ball is going to be put into touch by Vanterpool. And that is going to be for a corner. A throw-in. Oh, throw-in, the referee says. The referee says it's a throw to the Queens. We are into the 11th minute of play. It's a 0-0. Gazelles are taking on the Queens. Well, that could never. What call is that? Ooh. Did the ball take a deflection? It was just powered out. Well, may have taken a deflection. Doc, Christopher, I need a glasses. I need a glasses, please. Can someone bring me a glasses? Because I'm just not seeing right tonight. I don't want to be calling things wrong, and people think that I'm just being blatant, but I just not seeing right. Williams. That's given away. And the Gazelles can break, but not just yet. Hodge. Linton, good looking ball to Ferguson. Ferguson doesn't control, but she's on the run. Gets it well. She has Blair. Not heavy enough. Put into touch by Vanterpool. Chutik and Vanterpool. Hodge. Corner. Ooh. That ball clearly came off the defender. Went outside. The defender was walking back for the corner. Where is Boston? Boston with a cross. Still Boston. Boston with a shot, blocked. The Gazelles can break. Tia Hodge gets herself in the way. Dispossess the ball. Here is the Queens. Queens. Oh, what is that? What is that? Is that a shot? Sienna Ferguson.
It looks like she's pulling up a bit.
Seem to be favoring that red leg already. We are just in the first 13 minutes of play.
Still goalless into the 13th minute of play. The Diamond Queens have had all the possession. They have looked the better side thus far, but nothing to show for it. They've taken shots, but they haven't troubled the keeper. It's been easy saves, shots straight at her. Sienna Ferguson with a couple shots that she would have liked to do better with. But still the Queens, they've controlled the ball for the majority of this encounter. Nothing much for the Gazelles at all, as this one could break through here. But good stout defending means that the Gazelles survive yet another attack, and they could have an opportunity to get forward here. They do have a runner, of course. The Gazelles, they are without CeCe Walker today, struggling with a hamstring injury, a recurring hamstring injury that she would have aggravated in the last encounter. It is back for the Diamond Queens, trying to poke one through, but she just couldn't get the touch in order. Well, the Queens have looked good in everything except in front of goal. Given straight back to the black and white of the Diamond Queens. And she's been having a very good game on this right-hand side.
There has been a change, Doc. I'm not sure if you saw it. It has been a switch of Ferguson and Gums, Camille Gums.
Yes,
and Camille Gums has come over here, and that's a good serve. And Blair puts it wide.
Sienna Ferguson was getting a lot of freedom, but she wasn't doing too much with it. So they made the change and got Camille Gums, the more dangerous Camille Gums, really on this right side. Allow her to use a dangerous left boot as well, if she opts to cut inside with it. I will say, I do like this young Boston kid. It's the first, well, not the first time, the first time I'm commentating one of her games. I saw her in the last game as well. She looks a very bright young player.
This Rena Boston, she is a class. This is a shot on goal straight into the arms of the keeper.
Again.
Weak shot. That is not her favorite leg, Doc. I saw she took a extremely brilliant left-footer shot where she got it past Gibbons. Oh, Gibbons had no chance. She didn't know what passed her.
They've taken shots, but they have not troubled the keeper at all in this encounter. The shots have not come to much as Zaria Roach, it looks like. Tries to find a Reba, and Roach does just enough. Would it not just be the parity of football if Gazelles had to be the team to draw first blood? Camille Gums just getting past so easily.
Oh, no.
Commentators curse.
Did all the hard work and then giving it away.
The whistle was blown for a foul.
For what?
I guess the breeze blew a bit too hard there.
What is the foul? I cannot call that.
Unless it is for an offside.
Is it not an offside?
It will have to be an offside.
Ooh.
We've been guilty of some dodgy refereeing all weekend. All weekend we've seen a bit of dodgy refereeing. Offside, the call. That's a big kick. Surprisingly big kick there.
Hercules is going to put this one into touch.
Here comes the Diamond Queens, slotted through well, looking at for Camille Gums. Defensive walk for the Gazelles. Done rather easily there. It will be a throw-in to the Queens into the 18th minute of play. Still goalless. It seems to be just a matter of time before the Queens create something, before they get themselves an opportunity at goal. Well, the signal by the AR was the signal by the AR was the incorrect one because the ball went out for a goal kick, and now he's making the change. He signaled for a throw in the way of the Gazelles. They're young.
Those mistakes do happen.
They're young.
Those do happen, Doc. You may.
They are young referees. Mistakes will be made.
Yes, I found myself doing that likewise before. You know, it is the ball is going that way, but it's not a throw. It is a goal kick. Yes.
She kind of hit a goal, you know, and it's not quite dealt with.
And
And
it
it
is
is put in.
It's a goal. It is a goal. It's goal number 1 in the 19th minute of play. Blair with the initial shot, but it's Desrina Boston who follows up and bursts the net. It's goal number 1 in the 19th minute of play.
Millie, it is a direct carbon copy of the goal she scored in the last game. She follows up shots brilliantly well. She followed up the effort. The first game was Camille Gums who had the shot, and this time Desiree Boston has gotten herself on the score sheet yet again. I really like this young kid. What a player she looks like.
Desrina Boston. She missed a few opportunities, but not on this occasion. In the 19th minute of play, opens the score line for the Diamond Queens.
She looks such a bright young prospect. Again, I don't know where the Diamond Queens found her from.
Well, she's a St. Martin signee, and she would have been listed in the FIFA Young Players listing, Doc.
For good reason. Very diminutive. What a player she is, though. Looks a very, very good signing. You know what she reminds me of? And this is not just because of the St. Martin link, but Yannick Belchase. She reminds me so much of Yannick. Not
Very
the tallest,
fast.
but
Very
fast.
fast.
And they're aggressive when
Yes.
following up shots.
Very fast, very effective, and they just appear from nowhere. Oh,
You just don't know where they are until they're in behind you and they're scoring goals on you. Boston is getting herself, she's making a name for herself in this female league thus far. Similar, she's bursting onto the scene the same way that Yannick Belchase burst onto the scene last year. Came in from St. Martin, had an immediate impact.
Linton.
Good run by Adele Linton.
Still Linton, looking for Boston. Oh, she went for a shot, goes wide.
Selfish. You have to be either selfless or selfish. She chose the selfish option.
In a team sport, you only have 2 decisions, whether you're going to be selfless or selfish.
1-0.
In the 22nd minute of play, Diamond FC will be coming up against the Predators in the primetime game tomorrow. That's following the Little Soldiers and the Youngsters game. Youngsters will be in action from 6 in the p.m. and from 8 it will be the turn of the. Here is Boston again. Boston hits the crossbar. Boston with a shot again. And this one will do no harm to the goalkeeper. But Boston was through. And I do not know how Boston got a boot onto that ball, Doc, and hit the crossbar.
Boston is having herself a party on this field right now. She is having the time of her life. They can't do much to stop her. They can only hope to contain her right now. This is a good breakthrough as well. And the keeper doesn't quite claim it. And Boston has made it 2-0 with yet another brilliant goal. She is having a party on the field. The field is her dance floor. And she is having the time of her life right now.
In the 23rd minute of play, it's Desrina Boston again. Desrina Boston in the 19th. Desrina Boston in the 23rd.
You can't stop her. You can only hope to contain her. Desrina Boston having an absolute masterclass in striking right now. Is it presumptive? And am I a bit too quick to say, does she rival Kalia just yet?
Well, we wait.
This
wait.
matchup, that matchup, will be so interesting to watch. Kalia has not had a good start to the season. On the contrary, Boston has had an absolute wonder start to the season. And me saying she's had a poor start is a poor start by her standards because Kalia still has 2 goals in 3 games. So that's poor by Kalia standards. That's how good of a player Kalia Johnson is. But Desrina Boston, she is looking a player here today. For years, it was Adriana Connor who was undoubtedly the best striker in the female league. That was taken over by Kalia Johnson. No one could touch her. Is Desrina Boston up next?
Well, we can't just say that just yet. We have Kaylee Duran and we have Willett, Tanisha Willett. Yes. So we have Duran leading the piece so far with some 5 goals.
Yes, indeed.
And 4 to Tanisha. So that's the EastEnders leading goal scorers thus far.
Boston has just overtaken Kalia Johnson. She has 3 on this season, I do believe now. Desrina Boston. And I have a sneaking suspicion.
She's not done yet.
She's not done just yet.
Not for tonight. I'm just saying that I don't think that she's done for tonight just yet.
Well, the Gazelles have a very long night ahead of them. A very, very long night. Goalkeeper Fleming has done all she can.
I don't know where she, at home we have some ants we call tack. She's on you like that. Oh my. She just won't leave you alone.
A very annoying striker to play against. Very, very annoying striker.
She's just everywhere.
It's a good move here. Is that Fergie breaking away, putting one centrally, looking for Boston. Roach. A good turn in there by Adair Linton. Linton driving, poking it through towards Boston. Boston has a drive at goal. Deandra Fleming does well.
And Boston is shooting from both legs. So you don't know if you're going to get a left or right footer. Troublesome striker.
I drew the comparison already. I want to say it again. St. Martin has produced some very good exports in the last few seasons to Angola. Here's the next one. Whipped in dangerously to the back post.
Oh! Tremendous goal. Tremendous goal.
Kaylee Durand, was it?
Tremendous.
Camille Gums, the one to get that left boot on the 2 very good left boots, the 2 of them. But it was Camille Gums' left boot this time. She's back on the left flank and she was able to get herself on the score sheet. The Gazelles have a long day ahead of them.
Well, it's into the 20th minute of play, and it's 3-0. 3-0.
What I will say, we have to check the VAR on that one.
VAR will have to be checked because that looked very much an offside
We
goal.
have to check the VAR on that one.
That looked very much an offside goal.
The initial cross, she was onside, but there was a touch that was taken, but it looked like Boston on the way through. And if she was offside during that touch, as Boston finds Fergie, Fergie's in here, Fergie, a P-roller.
That's powder puff. Those are not shots.
Going back, that's tight. It's not tight. It's not tight at all. It's a tough call on the Gazelles.
It's an offside.
She was off.
She was off. It looked very much so. It looked very much that she was off. Did the ball, the last touch, Doc, who did it come off? Did it come off a Gazelle player or did it come off a Diamond Queen player?
Brushed off of Boston. Look at the VAR again. It looked like when the cross was played, it was a boot from Boston. It came off of Boston's boot and fell to Camille. Well, tough, really tough on the Gazelles because Camille comes was in an offside position. Nonetheless, 3-0. 3-0. And we've not even had 30 on the clock.
Throw into the Gazelles.
Gazelles have a goal difference of -7. By far the worst in the league. It's going to be a whole lot worse after tonight.
It is still early days. Still very, very early days.
I believe that they would have gotten 6 goals scored on them by, was it the Superstars, if I remember correctly?
That's Gazelles.
It was the
Gazelles got 7 from the EastEnders.
They got 7 from the EastEnders, yes. As Deandra Fleming, he will not be caught out there.
Hodge, try that one. That was a good effort. Just didn't get it high enough.
It was the right idea. It was the right idea by Taya Hodge. It was the EastEnders who gave the Gazelles 7 after the Gazelles would have played out a draw in their first encounter.
Ferguson was not equal to that at all. Was not on the same page.
Well, the EastEnders had fun. Now it's the Queen's turn. And they're having a party right now. 3-0. A half hour into this one. It's been the Boston show. Desirina Boston has had herself a game and a half.
Queen. Tia Hodge.
Tia.
Ball served in. Boston is there. Boston is there. Boston finishes. It's goal number 4 in the 31st minute of play. Boston has secured her hat-trick. In the 31st minute of play, Desirina Boston has secured her hat-trick, and that's goal number 4.
Is she next up? Well, she has 4 on the air. She's tied with Willett. And I don't think she's done today either. She's 1 behind the league lead. I suspect she may take over the league lead after today. Desirina Boston. What a player she looks. The Queens have found themselves a jewel in their crown. Desirina Boston, the player they've been missing, the goal scorer they've been trying to bring in for so long. They tried with Sharan Yasmeen's, it did not work. They found their striker. Desirina Boston, what a player she is. She has broken out and emerged and announced herself onto the scene.
Oh,
As Camille
comes.
comes here now. Comes. Well, I don't want to say it because she does have some competition. But that's one of the best left foots you'll see in this league.
Yes, indeed. Dark news just coming to hand is that the sad news is that Varian does have a breakage.
It looked bad. It did look bad. And the worst is true. Kati, he's out for a while. To say the very least, he's out for a while. Just back.
Yes.
Just back. And his season may be over just like that.
So we do wish him a speedy recovery. Safe one too.
Yes, indeed.
And we hope and pray that all goes well in his recovery. Our prayers are with him, his family, and his team.
Driven!
Oh, wide. Oh, not by much at all. Missing that upright, not by very much.
Pretty decent effort. Just not good enough to trouble the net of Deandra Fleming. They have gotten past her 4 times today. Not much she could do about any of them. The Diamond Queens, they are looking the team to beat right now. Here's Fergie, cutting inside. Places one looking at for Boston. Boston comes onto it here. Boston, Desrina Boston, cutting back, running into trouble. It's Fergie now. That's why in Boston. Boston, trying to lay this one off cutely towards Taya Hodge. Deandra Fleming was equal to it.
Well, it's a 4-goal-0. A 4-goal-0 in the 35th minute of play. Goal kick is going to go into touch, throw into the Queens. Harley takes it quickly. And Ferguson can make the run down the right flank, cuts into the area. Ball across to Boston. Boston pulls it back. Boston. Oh. Doing too much, asking too much of herself. But it's now Ferguson. And cleared by Van der Poel. Linton picks it up. Linton gets around the player nicely. Linton holds it up. Linton, still Linton driving. Gets it to Boston. She is onside. On that occasion. She's played on. She was played on. It's goal number 5 in the 36th minute of play. And what was dished out to the Queens last time around from the Gazelles and now be returned to them. The table is wrong.
Desiree Boston, just quietly, just now leads the league in goals. She's tied on 5 with Kelly Durand. Just quietly, going about her business. Just leading the league in goals. Desiree Boston. What more can you say?
Oh my.
Learn the name. Remember the name.
Remember the name. Desiree Boston.
That's
Diamond
the player
Queen.
to look out for. She's the one to look out for.
Start plays it through, looking for Hodge. Hodge doesn't get to the end of that one. Ball is cleared out by a big kick there by Roxon, and it's going to go into touch. Robney is putting it into touch, throw into the Queen. Williams with the throw in. Through taken. Hodge. Drives it for wide for Kasian. Oh, again. Oh my! Off the post. Where did Boston come from? And it's not done. It is not done. It's cleared out now by Romney. Linton drives.
Well,
She's stopped by Romney.
that's a brick wall right there. You don't want to drive into that wall.
Ball driven forward. As fast as Harley is, she's not going to catch that one.
We'll have a throw in here by the Gazelles. I think Hercules will be taking this one. In fact, it's actually Romney will be taking this throw in at this time.
Still the Queens. The danger woman in Boston. She finds one across. It's back with Boston now. Boston turning. Boston wants space. Didn't get enough. And to touch it will be a goal kick. Behind the goal line. Well, 39 minutes on the clock. This has been nothing more than the Diamond Queens deserve. The Gazelles have not shown up today at all. Not showing up today at all. As it's still the Queens. She almost walked her way through. Couldn't quite keep the ball under control. It's Linton now. Linton looking for the 1-2. Instead, shifted in field. Boston trying to burst through here. Now the Gazelles, can they create something? Just something. Free kick to the Diamond Queens.
What I'm not sure about, Doc, is the type of football Gazelles are really playing. Because they are defending very deep. They have conceded some 5 goals. And yet, although their players are sitting on the 18-yard box, they are being beaten. So then that is not working. So it means that something needs to change.
Well, it will be played centrally. It's a good pass as well, but swarmed early. She has space. She has a good shot on her, and that's a good block as well.
Looks like it made a corner kick for the Diamond Queens, taken by Blair.
No, Blair has a very good drive on her. Get to see her really take a corner. Blair. Decent ball in. Take 2.
Blair seems to have a second chance at this corner kick.
Approaching the 42nd minute of this one. The Diamond Queens 5. That's a good ball in. Just couldn't get it under control initially there, Taya. Looks like a start out there tussling. Start a former winger as well. And she's gone down. It's never good to see Reba go down. We know the struggles Reba has had with injury. We know the struggles that Reba has had with that leg. Some players you just never want to see go down. Reba's one, Gaza's another. Just all the struggles that they have had with injury. This is booted high and wide. A goal kick. Just a hit and hope there, really, by Taya. Goal kick to the Gazelles.
We're taken by Van Sapu.
Taking long, but to no one in particular because there's no green shirt up there outside of the Warner. That she's just been chasing the ball all day. Don't know if she's touched it just yet. It's Linton. Played in early. And it will be cleared for the moment. It's a pot shot. And Ferguson keeps this one in.
No, out of touch.
That will be a goal kick. Good call by the AR there, Jerry Bryan.
Goal kick for Gazelles. Taken by Van Sapu.
Roach. Linton. Still Linton. She's done that so well. Drive through. Linton. Linton lining up one. It's blocked only as far as Taya. Taya ran out of room. It's back with Williams. Williams to start. Start towards Taya Hodge. Hodge turning and twisting off, finding a Dale Linton. Boston. Still tussling, still fighting, and Sienna Ferguson.
That's a penalty, isn't it? Oh.
Ferguson goes down under the challenge, and medical staff has been called. In the meantime, the referee goes over to the AR to consult. We'll see what the call is between the AR and the referee, and the AR and Brian and the referee. It will be tough. Is it Victory, the man in the middle today? In the meantime, Sienna Ferguson is receiving treatment. A rather extended conversation between the two young referees. What will the call end up being? It is 5-0. We have had the full 45 played. We are into extra time. So we have to see what this added time will be. 5-0. 4 goals to Boston. Well, she has had herself a game and a half. Still no call by the referee yet, which would indicate that there won't be a penalty called. Ferguson, she did take a rather big tumble. Not the tallest figure, Sienna Ferguson, and she ran into. Well, let's just look at the Gazelles defenders. There are some walls back there. They are not fun to run into at all. May have had the wind knocked out of her. She did fall hard. Sienna Ferguson. But it has been the Boston show here at the REGTC. She has 4 goals. And again, just quietly, just leading the league. Just taking the league lead for goals in the season. Tied on 5 with Kelly Durand. And she has 45 minutes to play. She has half left.
But what is more interesting, Doc, is that the Diamond Queens will take the lead in the league after tonight's game. And they will move to 7 points from 4th to 7th to 1st.
They won't just have the lead. That's not the interesting part, because Queens have built a great side, but Superstars will be 3rd. Superstars have won the league for nearly a decade straight.
It is still early days. It is yet early days. But indeed, for a team like the Queens, who remember that they were baptized by the very Gazelles, I think it was some 13 goals, between 11 and 13. And so
the game that you have to look out for is coming up on May the 31st. It's a Wednesday game.
Is that the Queens versus the Superstars?
Yes, indeed. The
it
Superstars will be taking on the Diamond Queens. But outside of that,
3 minutes at a time.
the final game in this women's season, the final game, the game that could decide the title on the final day, is the EastEnders. They take on the Queens.
Well, the EastEnders and the Queens. EastEnders been playing some tremendous football. Kaylee Duran and Tanisha Willett just seem unstoppable in this league. Here is Casey and Harley down the right flank, looking to cut. Ball straight into the hands of the keeper. No damage done. And the substitution, they may just hold that until the second half. Yes, they're going to hold that until the second half and play out the remainder of the first half with 10 players.
It won't really affect them because they're creating something with Boston, and Boston just couldn't get the touch on the control.
Heavy touch.
It's back with Taya Hodge and Camille. Well then,
it is not Camille.
It's
Blair.
It's Blair, sorry. Blair. I was surprised because Camille's right boot is not that powerful. It is Blair who had the hit, a one-time effort, a hit and hope that just completely blindsided Deandra Fleming, who could do nothing about that one. 6-0 in the first half.
Well, when the Gazelles thought with the 7-0 against the EastEnders that it could not have gotten any worse, they have suffered at the hand of a team that really humiliated last time around. It is 6-0 in the first half.
Well then, it has been the Diamond Queen show. Booted away into touch. Will that be all she wrote for the first half? Or will there be time for one last Queen attack? It finds Linton. Linton puts one in.
That's a goal. Who will you give that one to? Will it be Linton? Will it be Camille Gomes? It really doesn't matter because it's into the back of the net. Camille Gomes with a tremendous header, but it looked well. She looked well beaten and into the back of the net. It doesn't matter. It is 7-0.
Doesn't matter who the goal goes to. I suspect it may go to Camille Gomes.
Ooh.
But the cross from Adele Linton.
Ooh. It was
inch perfect.
Tip top. What a brilliant ball from Linton. And if you needed the icing on the cake, it came with a Doc, describe that header.
Well, have you ever seen a tracer bullet? That was a tracer bullet.
That's the final whistle of this half. 7-0. 7-0. It's indeed the Gazelles who will really have to rethink their actions and their style of play, because it's just not working. It's the Queen, though. The Queens have enjoyed a superb, a wonderful, magnificent half, leading 7-0. And that's where we are going to leave things here, close up things just for this half, and join us in just about 10, 12 minutes when it will be live action. For now, we're going to take you back to Master Control.
Substitution here at the half as we're back at the RAGTC. Substitutions to both sides for Diamond Queens. Sienna is off and Jordan has come on to replace Jordan, the OKPS product. A very good season she had for the OKPS. Jordan has replaced Sienna Ferguson. For the Gazelles, you will get that substitution for you momentarily. As it's the Queens who will look to do more of the same in the second half. It is 7-0 in the first half. And it looks like it'll be more of the same as Taya goes for a chip that goes just wide. Solid effort there. I will be honest with you. I completely forgot that Diamond Queens had a goalkeeper. She hasn't seen the ball, much less touched the ball in this game so far. Oh, she's just been camped on a penalty spot, and she has not moved because she has had nothing to do. This one given straight to Camille Gums. Gums draws into a wall, but she will win the throw-in.
Blair with the throw.
And the touch, throw it yet again to the Queens. Blair's had a good game as well. Scored a great goal, Blair. Out of St. Martin as well. Towards Camille. Boot it away. Blair lets it go for another throw-in.
Is it going to be more of the same, Doc? You think?
You can't keep up that frantic pace for an entire game, can you?
Well, I tell you what. When you are scoring goals, you don't get tired, do you? It's like when you are batting.
But the other team has to make an adjustment at some point, right? There's Blair. She's already scored one, Blair. Runs into trouble. But they're getting in each other's way, the Gazelles defenders. Eventually, one comes away with it. wants some support. Instead, she will just go herself.
Blair is favoring that left hand.
Reba steps in well and finds Linton. Linton has a runner out wide. She will use Taya. Back to Linton. Linton looking for Jordan here. Didn't quite find the angle she was looking for. Now it is Jordan on this right side. Jordan, very direct player.
Casey, I know.
Back out wide for Jordan Henry. Looking to go centrally here. Into touch. It will be a corner. Well, Blair can put in a good set piece. Will it be her on this one?
No, it would be Linton rather than Blair.
She did put in a good cross to set up Camille Gomes' header right at the end of the first half, Adele Linton. Well, that isn't good at all. Not good at all by Adele. As still not dealt with.
Corner, another corner.
Blocked out for a corner.
You see the man.
Varian Carty is back in the arm is completely wrapped up. He does have a broken shoulder, as we would have reported earlier. But does seem to be in rather chipper spirits. Back to watch this encounter as well. Very positive signs. This one played in dangerously. All the way across. And the shot comes back in.
And the player is down. That's Boston.
Well, the tiniest player on the field. There's Raina Boston. She's down. She's back on her feet now. Drop ball in the area. Well, that's more like it. It looked like it would have dropped it to the player, but any drop ball in the area is a drop ball to the keeper.
You can't drop it to any drop ball in the 18 must be to the keeper.
Well, the keeper just gives it straight back. And DeAndre said here, you can have it now. Oh, good turn there by Blair. Blair shifting out wide.
Henry.
Jordan Henry got that one wrong. It's more of the same. The goals are coming. 7 goals to nothing.
Doc, tomorrow it's also a double-header day.
Yes, indeed.
Super Sunday.
I think it's the EastEnders who will be taking on the youngsters in our first encounter. And wrapping up the weekend fixtures, the Diamonds FC. They'll be playing the Western Predators.
Well, tomorrow in the first encounter, it is going to be the youngsters taking on indeed the EastEnders, and that game is going to be one to watch.
Yes, indeed. EastEnders looking to continue their great form. Just chipped over. Good bit of work for the moment, and eventually Gazelles can clear.
But only as far as Williams.
Williams. Played in towards Linton. Now Blair. Blair, she'll tee one off, you know. Blair still, she can just drive inside. She's not being challenged.
Offside, Henry.
Boston did put it in, but Jordan Henry was not onside. They just let Blair.
Not sure why Henry tried to get a boot to that ball. She wasn't in an offside position, but it was still Blair who was making the run.
They pitted her own player there. Start. Linton. Linton, again, just driving through unimpeded. No one's coming to challenge.
Offside again. Camille Gums on that occasion guilty.
Well, they're getting a bit over anxious, the Diamond Queens. Booted long, straight to Taya, and now it's Boston. A long touch taken by Blair. Blair is in here. Great save by Deandra Fleming.
Oh.
Because Blair has already beaten her, and she was looking to do the same yet again there at her near post.
And that was a good strike.
Good strike, good save.
Good work by Fleming, keeping Blair at bay on that occasion. Ball served in, dealt with by Romney. But Hodge picks it up. Henry turns, lays it off to Linton. Linton turns, lays it off to Blair on the right flank. Looking to get past her player. Gets past Hercules. Ball across. Oh, way wide. Way wide.
Seven goals to nil. The Gazelles have held on for 10 minutes. Gazelles, of course, they are without Lavisha Richardson, who would have picked up an injury in the last encounter. Their stout central defender. Boston hits it, you know.
And
Boston!
back of the net. And Boston continues to score. She continued to do what she does best in the 55th minute of play. Doc?
Remember the name. Just quietly, top of the goal scoring charts. Clear and alone. Atop. Desirina Boston.
5 on the night?
For now. 5 on the night. For now. They are not done scoring just yet. Camille Gums has a couple as well.
Blair has one.
Blair with one. Camille Gums with a couple. But it's been the Boston show. But here's Blair. The Gazelles have dropped the defensive line even deeper. Instead of being on the edge of their 18-yard area, they're on the edge of their 6-yard area.
And it becomes more complicated in there. It is hard for the keeper to see the ball.
Indeed.
And so
Deandra's done a good job in goal, really. You can't really blame her for anything.
Of course not. Of course not. She's been left at the mercy of Boston. Where has Boston come from? Boston had absolutely no right winning that ball.
Well, the field is her playground right now. The field is her playground, and she's having a time of her life out there. Can't get that one goalward. Desirina Boston, what a player she is. Just a joy to watch. Just look at her operate. Follow that headband around. You can't miss her. She's the tiniest player on the field. But the defenders just seem to overlook her, and she has put them to the sword time and time again.
They just can't find her. Oh, she's too tiny. They can't find her.
Linton, she's driven through there way too many times. Linton hits it.
Hits it wide. And she's been given the room to roam. She has been given the room to roam.
She can go where she wants, when she wants, how she wants. No one is trying to stop her. There's no stopping the Diamond Queens right now. There's no stopping Desirina Boston. Well, She's laid down the gauntlet. Kaylee Durand, Tanisha Willett, Kalia Johnson. You have to respond because she has laid down the gauntlet and she has gotten out to the races with a flying start. Played across. It is Linton here. Not her best work. Just giving straight back to the Queens for the moment. Good bit of work. Trying to poke it through. There was Linton. And now the Gazelles. Can they break? Can they do something? Not at all. Guess who's there winning the ball back? Just take a guess. It's that white headband. It's Desirena Boston. She's everywhere. She really is everywhere. She can do it all, and she has done no wrong here today.
She's quite light on her feet. I don't think that Gazelles have an opportunity to actually see when she's coming.
They can't run with her. They can't contain her. And she has the entire Gazelles defense at her mercy right now. So booted away. Only as far as the Gazelles yet again. Just booted straight up field and Williams will let it run out. Throw into the Queens. Throw goes Century looking at for Blair. That's a tussle for the ball. Blair. A good move there by, looks like Hawley. Very skillful. Played in by that left foot of Camille Gomes. It finds Boston. Boston, few players around her. Her and Jordan get each other's way. Boston using a low center of Garrity well. And shifts back. She's retained possession somehow. Plays it into Astea, who had much more time than she thought she did. Eight goes to nothing. And now we're into this one. Just an hour in. We have a half hour still to play. A half hour more of this arena, Boston. Well, that's a hard collision. Blair just ran into look like, was that Hodge? Or was it a Dale Linton? And Blair came off second best. It will be a free kick now to the Diamond Queens. Looking to add to their advantage. The referee wants this one retaken. Yet again, we're seeing referees not allowing the quick free kicks. Not entirely certain why. It will be Blair. Blair lining one up, takes a bounce, takes a deflection out for a corner. 62 minutes. The Queens. It has been nothing short of perfection for them. Retribution for last season. The Gazelles gave them an absolute spanking. And the Queens are giving one right back. They have returned it to sender here today. And they aren't done yet because they have a point to prove. They are no longer a doormat for the league. They are here to play. They will go top of the league after this one. This has been a coming out party for the Diamond Queens. The Diamonds had a good season. They're making the playoffs and the Champions League. Now it's the Queens' turn to shine. And they are doing so perfectly right now. Top of the league, undefeated. Here's Stott. Finding Hodge. Hodge looking for Boston, but couldn't quite get there. Good fight with the Gazelles for the moment. And the Gazelles can come away with it. Not for long, as it's Linton. Linton shifts this one wider. Boston is open in the area. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, she's gotten that one horribly wrong. Goal kick.
Vancouver will be taking the goal kick.
Booted high. Good header there to win for the Diamond Queens. It's Hodge. Boston. Blair. Blair here. Still Blair. Still Blair. And Blair forces another good save by Deandra Fleming. Well, Deandra is doing her job. There's nothing more she can do because she's denied Blair a hat trick in this encounter. The Queens, 8-0 advantage. Was it 11 last time out when the Gazelles played the Queens? It was 11. I think the Queens want to return that one right back to sender with a little gift attached as well. They might want 12. And the way it's going, I wouldn't be shocked if it does get there. Well, for the first time, well, never mind. Never mind. She had space, then she didn't. Reba. Boston. And now can they do something? Not with Sawyer Williams in the way. Well, I think the Queen should be brave. Just to make the game a bit interesting. How would you substitute the goalkeeper and put someone else in? Get another on-field player on because, I mean, they've played with 10 players the entire game because the keeper could have sat down and played with the grass. She could be picking the grass out of the ground right now because she's a spectator down there. She has done absolutely nothing. She hasn't touched the ball. She hasn't seen the ball. The ball hasn't reached in her half.
She's basically just pacing back and forth just to trying to keep herself warm.
Nothing much for her to do at all. Bored. That's the only thing you can describe her as. She's bored. Because she has had nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even when the Ducks are taking care of teams, taking care of business, they give Lawrence a touch every once in a while to keep him in the game. The defenders of the Diamond Queens have been selfish. They haven't even turned towards the keeper once. When Reba gets it, she's gone forward, hasn't even looked at the keeper. If the keeper touches the ball today, well, it may be a miracle. Play it into the area, and that may be a handball. Well, it's going to be a penalty. As if it couldn't get any worse. They just give away the most basic of penalties. A simple handball. A simple handball. The most basic of penalties to give away. A clear call for the official. There's no deliberation needed. Boston picking up the ball, putting it on the spot, telling her captain, you've got this one. Blair with some words of encouragement as well. It will be Reba. 68 minutes of play to make it 9-0. Start up against Deandra Fleming, and Reba Stott has put it into the side netting. You couldn't put it any better into the goal had you walked with the ball in your hand and placed it in there out of reach of any keeper. Reba has herself won 9-0. 22 minutes still to play. I can say game on, but not for the Gazelles, because the Queens want 12. That's their goal right now. They don't want 11. They want 12. That's their goal. That's why you can say game on. You have 22 minutes to get 3 goals. Will they do it? I won't say can they do it, because they definitely can. Will they is the question. Well, Bubbles just gives it right back. I don't think Bubbles wants the ball anywhere near that direction, but it's coming right back down there now. It has been 69 minutes of complete Diamond Queen control, and that will be out. It will be a corner. Possession has been split one. It's been pretty even, you know, about 90-10. Pretty even possession stats here. It's been all Queens. It's been nothing but Queens here today.
It looks like Camille will be taking the corner kick for Diamonds.
Camille already has a couple goals on the day. Then she adds some assists to her tally. And Deandra Fleming does well yet again. Not something you can often say. Keepers conceded 9, but they've done well. Only in Anguilla. We've seen it with Deandra. You saw it with Raquel Cyril last season. Conceding goals, but goalkeeping very well. Boston trying to turn. Boston. That's a good block. As a shot was looking to hit toward the goal. Boston with a good touch towards Taya. Taya back to Boston. Boston lets it off, and he will find the shot by Blair.
You notice what happened there. Blair touched the ball, and by the time the player turned, Blair was nowhere in sight. Blair was already in space looking for the return ball.
Well.
The defender was taken out of it altogether.
It's Camille towards Taya. Taya. Trying to shift it across towards Boston. Now Linton. Blair now. She line one up, you know. Fleming collects cleanly.
And she better would have, because Boston was on her doorstep, and so too was Camille Gums.
Well, goalkeepers beware. When you play the Queens, you better collect everything cleanly. Because Boston is lurking, but the Gazelles have a 4v3. Well, it was 4v3. Now they have to get back because the defense is open, and Blair's looking to drive through it. Blair will find it. Taya goes back to Linton. Shifted wide towards Henry. Back into Linton here. Loose touch. Blair and Henry do the cleaning up. It's Blair. Blair running into a green wall. About 3 players for the Gazelles. As very good walk. It does find Boston, who opts to go wide and find Casey and Hawley here. Hawley has acres of green grass ahead of her and finds Boston, who has the same amount of space. She can pick out someone up to the go for goal. Only found Fleming.
Well, Diamond, the Queens, they are looking for a substitution. It seems to be a double substitution they are looking for at the next out.
Well, will the next out be a goal? Because it's a Queen attack yet again. It's Hodge looking for and finding Blair. As here come the Gazelles. And it's back with the Queens. And it's back with Blair. And Blair puts one into the mixer for Camille Gums. First touch betrayed her. Williams touch betrayed her. And it's in for the first time the Gazelles had a touch. It took a touch in the opposition half. Well, it's progress. It is progress.
Double substitution will come now. Number 6 will leave, and number 6 is it 6 or 16, which will be Camille Gums, if that's 16. And that is still number, okay, so it's Tia, who will Tia Hodge, and Camille Gums, who has left the field, and that's for Jendai Linton and for
Angelique Rogers. It's a good move by Boston here. No one to aim at in the center, however. She's going down to the byline. And she runs out of real estate. Good defending there. Looks like Tia there. Doing the defensive work. The throw will go the way of the Gazelles. It says the referee. 9 goes to nothing. It's a race to 12. It's a one-horse race to 12. The Queens want it. Will the Queens get it? Throw in to the Queens. Sawyer Williams. Blair. Angelique. Back to Blair. This time, the Gazelles decided to stop her progress before she could get into the area. But it's Williams. Angelique. Finds Blair, back to Angelique. And nothing doing really. It will be a throw-in yet again to the Queens. Williams. There's this one down the line looking for Blair, who's been everywhere today. And to touch. It will be a goal kick. 9 goals to nil. 9 goals to nil. 14 minutes still to play in this one. It's been nothing short of Queen domination here today. Here come the Gazelles. Can they get a consolation prize? Not getting past Zaria Roach. It's the Queens yet again. Dale Linton. Good play. Trying to feed this one through. A bit too heavy on the pass. And Deandra Fleming will get there. Booted straight back to the Queens. Well, coming up tomorrow, we should have a much more competitive encounter. A much more competitive encounter. It will be the EastEnders. They'll be looking to go back. Top of the league. They will take on the youngsters. And coming up in the PM, coming up after that one, the Diamonds FC. They have to win. Their fate is in their hands. They couldn't have asked for a better opponent. They will play the Western Predators. Then on Tuesday, another big game. It's been a week of big games. The Roaring Lions FC coming off a huge draw versus the Docs. They'll take on the Attackers coming off a huge loss versus the Limers. That game can go either way. Depends on which version of both sides shows up. We do know which way this game is going, though, and we knew which way this game was going from about 4 minutes in when Boston first got the Queens on the score sheet. She's in again here. Boston bustled off the ball, and the referee will say, that's a bit too rough. That's not footballing play at all. That will be a free kick. A referee calling her over as well. Referee Victory says, that's enough of that. We want no more. It will be a free kick. It will be a Dale Linton, I believe, over this free kick. Linton, can she grab her first of the game and make it 10? Pretty good position for a free kick. I thought Blair might hit this one as well. It's Linton. Ooh, just wide. Just wide there by Adair Linton. Tried to pull one and get it past DeAndre at her near post. Just pulled it too far. Goal kick to the Gazelles. Well, Blair goes back to Williams. And Williams, well, it works out for her in the end. And Reba with a good pass looking for Jendaya Linton. Bounce a bit too much for her. Throw in to the Gazelles. Hit and hope. And Reba will collect and Reba will drive. Reba, actually very much of a Father Diamond's compatriot, and Armando not afraid to step out of defense and look to move forward and progress the play from back there. As she's driving away and not dealt with. This is careless, and Deandra makes another good save. Everyone assumed it would be a corner. But a great save by Deandra. She came out and she made herself big. Boston, I didn't think she could miss. I did not think she could miss. She says, thank you for this one. The Gazelles just playing rather lethargically here today. Not looking like a well-oiled machine at all, but that they are missing the most important cog of their defense, Lavisha Richardson. And they are missing the midfield engine, CeCe Walker, as well. The Gazelles, they are not at full strength at all. But the Queens have had their way with them. Stott. Blair. Again, just allowed the freedom of the midfield to roam. They weren't on the same page, however. And Stott instead goes across towards Roach. They haven't looked back once. I would love her job. The easiest clean sheet you will ever have in your life. While it's Queens, selfish. Players to aim at. Try to sneak one in at the near post. Side netting. This will be the easiest clean sheet you ever see. As I said, she hasn't touched it. She hasn't seen it because the ball hasn't got within 50 meters of her. Where you see Reba standing, that's exactly as deep as the ball has gotten for the Gazelles. It's a race to 12 for the Queens. A rather quiet second half, rather sedate a second half for the Diamond Queens. No change will be made.
Seems like Linton will be leaving the field.
It will be Adair Linton who's coming off. Almost scored that free kick.
I think Bruno will be coming on for Adair.
It will be Bruno, would have started a few games last season for the Queens as well. They do have some depth now. The Queens, especially with these two players coming in from St. Martin, Blair and Boston. The two bees, the killer bees for the Diamond Queens. Free kick. Free kick to the Queens. Blair over this one. Very powerful right boot. Blair. This one is high. It's looping. Another good save. Well, was it another good save? It may have indeed landed on top of the roof of the net. No, it was a good save. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, it was another good save by Deandra. She's had a very good game. If you could pick up man of the match for this Gazelle side, it would be the keeper that's conceded 9. No one else has come to the fore at all. She's been a lone soldier for the Gazelles, really. No one else has come to the party, and she has kept her side, not in it, but within some sort of respectability. And it will be cleared now by the Gazelles. Gazelles now. Can they get something? Anything? Nothing at all. And it's Boston here.
To Linton.
Jendaya Linton. Former OKPS connection. Jendaya Linton and Jordan Henry. From a very good connection for the OKPS girls side. Throw goes away of the Gazelles. 87th minute. 9 goes to nothing. The Queens have quieted down in the second half. They did everything that they needed to do in the first. 7-0 at the halftime whistle. They scored just the 2 in the second half. 1 from the penalty spot. It's Boston. Trying to be clever. Oh, you just can't stop her. Just squeeze through. Play through again towards Boston here. Boston puts it into the side netting. I think she left her shooting boots in the dressing room at halftime because Boston has missed 2 chances. Well, she had a one-on-one there with Deandra. She could have opted to go around her because there was not much defense getting back for the Gazelles. She tried to be cheeky, tried to take it early, straight at her near post. Did not pay off. Play it inside. This is dangerous. And it finds Boston. And she can't keep it down. I don't know if you remember the game last season, but Boston in the past 5 minutes reminds me a lot of Jodie Vanterpool for the Shining Stars, where Jodie had maybe 6 chances perched on the 6-yard area, but the goal just had an invisible wall in front of it for her. Same thing is happening with Boston. I think she fulfilled her quota in the first half. She fulfilled her quota, and she's lost her shooting boots. 1 minute left in this one. Double change. Well, our referee will blow for a free kick. Might have been a handball, the infringement there. Double sub to be made for this is before the Queens here. It's going to be number 22. It's going to be Blair, the number 23, who will be coming off initially, as well as Sawyer Williams. Sawyer has been carrying an injury. Lasted long in this one, Sawyer. Does get a rest now for the final minute. I mean, she hasn't had much work to do, so she hasn't had to aggravate anything at all. She hasn't had much work to do. 2 fresh legs for the last minute plus whatever is added. This is the deepest that the ball has been for the Gazelles, but they haven't touched it that deep because it went straight to Reba. And it's Boston. Look at her, so determined to win everything. You wouldn't believe that she's played 89 minutes, and she's been everywhere for those 89 minutes, because she's just as lively now as she was when the game first kicked off. Can be cleared. Will be cleared. Only as far as it looks like Angelique now is gone into the defensive line. 90 minutes has been played. We are into added time. Whatever may be added in this one, hopefully it's not much, given the scoreline. And according to referee Victory, we are on the same wavelength. That's it. That's all. The Queens, they have given the Gazelles a taste of their own medicine. A drubbing here at the REGTC. 9 goals to 0. It was the Boston Show. Memorize that name. Remember that name, because she is the one to look out for in this AFL. Remember the name. Memorize the name. Desiree Boston. What a player she is. That will be all for us here at the REGTC. What a game. Well, quite obviously, it will be Boston who is a player of the match for the Diamond Queens. That will be all for us here at the REGTC. Wonderful day of footballing action. We saw the Limers getting the better of the attackers comfortably, 3 goals to nothing. And our final encounter, the Queens just played the Gazelles off the park. Join us tomorrow where we have the Easterners versus the Youngsters and the Diamonds against the Predators. But for now, it is back to Master Control.